And we'll install it faster than a truck burning down a back road. Plus, no interest and no payments for 1 year. That's how you lasso your legacy. Legacy Heating and Cooling.
For over 60 years, the folks at Diablo Boots have been selling the best Canadian-made boots. Handcrafted in Winnipeg, Canada West makes the best quality cowboy, biker, and work boots for Diablo Boots with replaceable soles and heels. Why buy cheaper quality like Area Adjusted and Red Wing made in China when Canadian-made is better? Support Canada's workers and Diablo Boots for the best boots. So save on boots by Save on Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save on Foods. Canada West and Diablo Boots, the two best names in the boots business.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Just after 11 o'clock, good morning. Thank you for joining us here on Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, the home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online, wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, and Josh Fenwick with you here from the Sports 1440 studios in West Edmonton Mall. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Thursday morning. Got a chance to get out and about, Duke. This is the kind of day I live for. Not too hot, not too sunny, just kind of cloudy and chill. I can handle this type of temperature. I know it's not going to last long. We're going to have some nice weather over the weekend, which we will also love, but it's nice out right now. A lot to get to on the show today, of course. NHL, we've got the Stanley Cup playoffs continuing tonight from Raleigh. North Carolina, Canes and Golden Knights puck drop. Well, not a bad time. You're not going to have to stay up crazy late. It'll be over by 8:40 or so, unless we get triple overtime. It's been a heck of a series. It's going to be tough to keep it going here. Like the hockey we've seen, the bar is set so high in all of these games with the comebacks and the drama, all that we've seen. It'll be tough, but they'll do their best to do so. Carolina comes into this one a slight favorite. So we can talk about that. Of course, the association last night, OG Anunoby, are you kidding me? Blocks, big shots. He is outstanding. The former Toronto Raptor. Glad to see him have a little shine with the New York Knicks right now as they take a 3-1 series lead last night. Darren Fox, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Just turn back. Burn some time off the clock. Not what he did. It was not good. I felt like LeBron James on my couch with J.R. Smith doing the hand thing. What are we doing here? Because I did pick the Spurs to win in 5. That's not going to happen. It might go the other way with the Knicks winning this one in 5 when they meet in San Antonio. Major League Baseball we can discuss. We could talk some Riverhawks. They fell yesterday to Victoria 8-5, but back in action tonight. Anything could happen. They'll be in town this weekend as well. So lots going on in our fair city as we bring in Brandon Douglas, a.k.a. the Duke of Delburn. B-Doe, what's going on?
Connor, good morning. Not much is going on. It's another great show wrapped up with Laddie Schmid. He's going to be away for a week because he's headed over to Czech Republic, your preference there, to do some coaching as he does with some of their under 18 programs and whatnot. So fun little farewell show for a couple weeks. But otherwise, yeah, just rolling on tickety-boo. The Tropic Slow Pitch team picked up their first win last night. I was coaching. I did not have to play.
I thought you were going to play.
I was ready to play. I dug the brace out of the closet, dusted it off. It was quite dusty. Got it resized for my left leg and was fully prepared, but had a good turnout. Got a few subs to come in as well, so I didn't have to play. And I just coached, had a few cold drinks, umpired, kept score, the whole shebang. I'm kind of a utility man from the bench, if you will.
I wonder if you just being there, saying you would play, inspired the troops.
Well, yeah, the team's like, guys, we have to get a win finally, or else Brandon's going to try and play again, and nobody wants to see that. So let's just do it. And yeah, it was a very good performance. Certainly our best of the season. The win might make that sound obvious, but our previous losses all came by 1 run.
Yeah.
So we were in every game, but this was definitely our best all-around performance. So huge shout out to the crew, and in particular, Luke Gilmore, firefighter here for the city of Edmonton. 3 home runs.
Wow.
And I mean, like, legit, like, there's no fence, but put the balls like over the trees that kind of line the outfield over at Sister Annetta Brockman Park.
Is there like a better feeling? And there is obviously, but when you play baseball and you go to a diamond where there's a fence, like I remember when we were kids, like we would play in the Pearl Field. There was no fence, obviously, but
Right.
you know, what do you do? And then like you'd go to, I think it was in Collingwood, and they'd have the fence, and you hop on the diamond there. Man, we weren't hitting home runs, but it was like we could. And you know, you always want to make that catch on the wall, like Torrey Hunter.
That's so cool.
Like that's what it's all about. So although he did not hit 3 home runs, just putting them over those trees probably felt like it.
We had the agreement with the other team before the game, like, all right, if it lands beyond the trees, we're just calling it a home run so people aren't trying to track it down and potentially running into branches and stuff. And if it rolls through the trees, ground rule double. So we established that beforehand. So those were bona fide homers that Mr. Gilmore hit, and certainly player of the game honors.
Congratulations, Mr. Gilmore.
Yes, it was excellent.
We did get a text in here, and I'm not surprised. Kyle says, guys, no Babcock today. You should do the first 2 rounds of a fantasy mock draft. People don't want it. People want a break, I think, from this discussion. I will say, just my one comment on it. We put out the video of Landon Ferraro telling his story about Babcock, and the replies are like,
just insane.
Just like, well, this isn't even that bad. Like, Lyman never said it was that bad. He was just telling his experience. People, like, they want to take it to, like, the nth degree. It's like, no, he just told his story. That was his run-in.
Like,
That's all it was.
That was his experience with the guy that has been on the tip of everybody's tongue for what is now a 3rd straight day.
Yeah. And he played with him, played under him for a few games.
Yeah.
And he was like, if I, like, walked up to you and you came into the 1260 studio, I'm like, yeah, kid, you might make it, but
it sure ain't going to be here,
ain't going to be here. Because we're going
Yeah,
under.
little did we know that was true, but maybe not for the reason you had envisioned at the time.
I might have said that to you, actually, just knowing what could happen. Well, Kyle, tell you what, why don't we do that? We'll do that maybe in the second segment here. We'll run through our, we'll make it like a 12-team draft, and we'll do our first 2 rounds.
Do we want to get Josh in on that for a little more diversity?
If Josh wants to get in on it, he's in. All right, we'll do that then. We'll just run through our mock draft then. I think we can probably find a simulator site to make that happen. Trev says, hey guys, how do you think Tyler Shuck will do leading the Saints? Well, I think it remains to be unseen. Year 2 with Kellen Moore's offense certainly is not going to hurt him. They took him for a reason when they did, and it kind of threw off a lot of people. He was a very mature quarterback, 25 years old when he was selected. Like he's going to turn 27 this year in September. So early on in the season. Traveled Oregon, Texas Tech, Louisville. Last season, good numbers. Like the turnovers, those are going to come, I think, when you're a young quarterback or early in your career quarterback. I won't use the word young. Completed 67% of his passes. I mean, I like to see that sort of thing. Over 200 yards per game. As I mentioned, another season in Kellen Moore's offense. He also rushed for 3 touchdowns. So that's a nice little ability. Took 31 sacks. That's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, Connor, and you can maybe just give me the exact clarification so I don't get them wrong on the bet you had regarding the Saints last season.
Oh, I said the Browns would be the worst team in football. And
it was the Browns.
Did I say Saints?
You said, yeah, you
I
said
said Saints.
And I was kind of in on it with you because you could count me among the people that wasn't necessarily a believer in Tyler Shuck. And who even was the starter to start the year? Why is my memory completely evaporated?
Spencer Rattler.
I was even less of a believer in Spencer Rattler. And you looked at the Saints teams like, yeah, you still got Kamara, Olave, whatever. But like, this is a really untalented roster. They're kind of gritty, the way they battled through the season, especially when Shuck took over. And I don't know if I'm totally out of pocket here. Could they win the NFC South this season?
They could.
I'm not sure if they would be my pick to, But I think that division is just so wide open on seemingly a year-to-year basis at this point that I wouldn't completely rule it out. I absolutely would have ruled it out last year.
Well, here's
and a big part of that is because of Tyler Shuck. Like, they have the quarterback that they think is the guy or their guy.
the thing about our bet is it should have been made void when Flacco was traded.
True.
You trade elite Joe Flacco.
Yeah, all of a sudden
that's really when it turned.
The quarterback situation in Cleveland gets much more dire in an instant.
They were 4-4 with Flacco.
Good point.
You know?
There's just something about Flacco.
Yeah. No wonder the Bengals brought him back. That's because that's good management. Keep Joe Flacco. So, okay, I don't think Tyler Shuck for me right now is a guy I'm looking to rush to get. Like, if he's my QB2, maybe.
Would you be in a super flex league? Would you be okay with him as your QB2? Or do you think it's like if that's your option, put another running back in that spot instead?
I would have him as QB3 and wait and see.
Okay,
it's wait and see for me. But I wouldn't disregard him. I wouldn't say he cannot contribute. Like, they went out and they drafted Jordan Tyson. You know, you already have Chris Olave. What does Alvin Kamara have to offer still? I'm not exactly sure, but they also brought in Travis Etienne. Got to make sure I get that name right. So, like, the offense has some nice pieces there. I'm interested. I still kind of, in that division, have no idea because I feel like I could be convinced either way. Like, if you told me the Panthers could go on a run, sure, why not? Bucks, Baker, you know, they got some nice pieces. The Falcons, who knows if they put it all together. New head coach. I don't mind that. So that division, I don't know, kind of just boggles my mind.
Like I said, I can convince myself scenarios and how things unfold depending, obviously, but I can envision where any one of those four teams win the division.
Yeah. And it might just be what team stays healthy.
But we know that that's such a huge factor, regardless of division, regardless of team. You can be a clear-cut favorite. One key cog goes down, or most notably, maybe a quarterback, and you're probably going to finish last in the division. Like, it's just how the league runs. So I'll put you on the spot then, Connor. Right now, today, knowing what we know, post-draft, post-OTAs or minicamp, I can never remember the order of operations here for NFL summers.
On the tip of my tongue. Ask me the question.
Power rank the NFC South.
Oh, I thought you were going to say who's going to win. Panthers, Falcons, Bucks, Saints.
Really?
Falcons with a new coach. I'm intrigued by. Panthers are my number one. Trailer Park Ryan, I know you're a Saints fan.
Defending division champs.
Yeah, 100%. But the thing is, I say that, but they're all so close. It could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't bet money on this. I wouldn't take this to Vegas and be like, these are the definitive routes that are like standings that they're going to be. What's yours? How do you have it?
I think I would go Falcons, Bucks, Panthers, Saints.
So we're in agreement with the Saints being the worst.
It's
Trailer Park Ryan, apologies.
When I look, I do think they're still the worst team. But as I've said repeatedly here, you know, many times over, I could see a world where they actually do win the division. And it might be at 8-9. But
it's exactly how it could be. I'm totally with you. Kyle says Bucks, Panthers, Falcons, Saints. I feel like everybody has the Saints at the bottom. Even Trailer Park Ryan. But with that being said, year 2 with your head coach, young quarterback, inexperienced quarterback at the NFL level, like, who knows? Absolute you-know-what show. 1-833-401-1440. Steve wants us to take a break from Babcock and then go into Coach Q for the Ducks. The thing is, it might not have been as much disdain for Coach Q here, Steve, but that's an Anaheim team or an Edmonton show. You know, like, a lot of people did not like Quenneville getting back into the league. The decision was made. At this point, when was he hired? A year ago?
Yep.
So we're a year in. Just like Babcock, after a year, the disdain will go away a year in, especially if you're listening to a sports show in Anaheim. They're probably not going to talk about Babcock.
Well, especially when you have success. And this isn't me justifying it. I'm not saying it's right, but Edmonton should be very familiar with this. You've brought up many times, Connor, Vander Kane. That's like maybe the most prominent. Because guess what? When he got here, he had a ton of success. And don't want to throw a net on it. Not all the people. A large chunk of people that were outraged. Why would you do this? This guy's a dirtbag. Look at the stories on and on. Well, and he scores a hat trick against the LA Kings, and he's your favorite player. Like, it's just human nature. And again, I'm not saying it's right. And I get it. I'm a Ducks guy, right? They're my team growing up. Was I disgusted when they hired John Quenneville? No, I wasn't. And you're saying he was an accomplice to an actual crime. Well, I don't know if that's true. Did what? It was a real bad moment of judgment or stretch of judgment for the entire Blackhawks organization, coaching staff, management, all the way up. That is without a doubt. And if that's the hill you want to die on, Steve, that we're talking to both sides of our mouth because we didn't spend 2 weeks tearing down Joel Quenneville in Edmonton when he got hired by Anaheim, then fine. You're in your right to think that.
We have people on social media saying you guys didn't do this about Bowman.
We absolutely did.
Holy cow! Yeah, we did.
Oh, how quickly people forget.
Kyle says what Q did was wrong, but at the same time, he didn't do something. He did cover it up.
And that's not right.
Yeah,
100%. 100% it's not right. But once again, to say that, like, Babcock, they were his actions against another individual directly. And I honestly kind of like, I hate that I'm even saying it this way because it sounds like it's justifying Quenneville, Bowman, all those. And I'm not doing that. They what they did was wrong. 100%.
Yeah. And like we've talked about it many times, what Babcock did wasn't criminal. We're not saying that. Just it was a repeat offender and it continued to happen. The thought of Mike Babcock, the tactician, the X's and O's guys with the Oilers, intrigues me. As a media member, I'd be intrigued to see how it would work, what the dynamic would be like. If I'm someone on that bottom six or a young player on that team, I might have some reservations. We'll wait and see. As I said a few times, I'll have my popcorn ready. I'll be watching to see how it goes, how this all plays out in the next few days. And whatever happens, happens. The fans, you guys will choose for yourselves if you want to support the team or what you want to do. Do you guys think the Oilers would consider the vacant coach with the best NHL record, Chris Knobloch? He's under contract still, right? He was just removed from with his duties. I don't know about that one. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get into it. A 2-round mock draft, fantasy football style. Maybe we'll say half-point PPR. We'll see if we can find a website that can provide us with this type of thing. It is Fantasy Frenzy on Sports 1440, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and Twitch. Brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Hey there, I'm in the Fountain Tire sidecar, making a list of the things I'm doing this spring. 1. Saving you money, with up to 20% off select tires until June 13th. 2. Water skiing, tricky in a sidecar, but fun. And 3. Saving you more money, with mail-in rebates of up to $100 off a set of 4 select tires and $50 off a $150 service with the purchase of 4 select tires. Oh, that's 4 things. Oh well, restrictions apply. Book online at fountaintire.com. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
It doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff, before the first snap. It starts with you locking in your season seats. This is Edmonton Elks football. The only way to experience it is being there for every hit, catch, and touchdown. The Elks home opener kicks off June 20th against Montreal. Your season seats are your way in. Get yours now at goelks.com/season seats. Edmonton Elks. Our city, our year.
Tee up at the 2026 Golf-a-thon presented by Popeye Supplements June 19th at Brundle Park, supporting the University Hospital Foundation. Golf all day long for $250, including a cart and food. GoTrackSocialClub.com.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
Alberta is growing, but our highways are crumbling. Are you tired of the rough ride? In the last 15 years, our population has grown with hundreds of thousands more cars and trucks on our highways. Today, more than 15% of Alberta's highways are in poor condition. condition. Cutting highway maintenance doesn't save money. It makes repairs more expensive. Don't let the government ignore the problem. Your MLA works for you. Tell them to fix our roads. Visit fixourroads.com for more information.
A message from the Alberta Road Builders and Heavy Construction Association. You need freedom on the job site to get your work done. Carhartt's extensive line of rugged flex pants are engineered to move and stretch with you throughout the day. So whatever you're doing isn't held back by lack of mobility. Find the largest selection of Carhartt Rugged Flex at all 3 of our Edmonton job site workwear locations and online at jobsiteworkwear.ca.
Job site workwear, tough gear for tough jobs.
Photographers, start your cameras. Vision Credit Union's annual photo contest is back. We're asking you to show us the people, places, and moments that made you glad you chose this rural life. Maybe it's the view from your farm, a walk down Main Street, neighbors pitching in, a weekend at the rodeo, or a sunset down a back road. Share your photo to show why life in rural Alberta is a choice worth celebrating. Enter and vote at what'syourshare.ca.
Everybody loves a beautiful day in Edmonton. Hey, it's Jamie, and Green Drop Lawn Care is giving you one more reason to love the nice weather. Next Nice Day service. People always ask, how soon can Green Drop get here? Well, when you sign up with Next Nice Day service, we'll be there by tomorrow. Assuming Mother Nature cooperates, we'll be fertilizing and treating your weeds by the very next day. We'll even include drought fighter at no additional cost. Just another reason we have been Canada's lawn experts since 1979. Easy online signups only at greendrop.com.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Welcome back. It is Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, the home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Go pay them a visit. Only available in Leduc. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, and Josh Fenwick with you here. We are going to get to a little mock draft here. This segment brought to you by elksnation.ca. Go check out the new website, elksnation.ca. Articles, podcasts, and more, breaking down the green and gold, the most in-depth double E football coverage you're going to find online. Of course, you got the podcast with Eddie and Declan twice a week, elksnation.ca. Also, you know what? Maybe even some giveaways. Could happen. I've heard they might have some tickets for the home opener, so go check it out, elksnation.ca. So we did get the text in here. Hey, maybe you guys want to do a rankings, a little mock draft, 2 rounds. We're going to do, what do you guys want to do? PPR or non-PPR? I need a vote from the crew here. Standard or PPR? Duke, what do you think?
Well, you know where I come out. I'm a PPR guy.
Okay.
I rock with PPR. I'm good with that.
All right, then let's roll with it. We'll go PPR. Who wants to go? Well, we'll go youngest to oldest. So, Josh, right. If you want to do the honors, I'm just going to jot it down here. Oh, this pen doesn't work that you gave me, Duke. You're setting me up for failure. We have a whole box of pens out there, and I didn't even bring one in. We have these Sports 1440 pens.
Over top.
Speaking of Sports 1440 pens.
What a catch. In the face. What a throw.
You can touch it, you can catch it.
I closed my eyes when I caught that. You're not supposed to do that.
Oh, is that what they teach you?
That's what they teach you in the pros. Okay, so Mr. Fenwick, you got the first overall pick. You got a couple options you might go with here. I know where I would go, I think, but I'm a homer. Where would you go?
With the first overall pick, I will be selecting Jahmyr Gibbs.
So we go Gibbs, RB, with the first overall pick. All right, that takes us to our next selection, the Duke. Who's going number 2?
I will stick in the running back, and I will go Bijan Robinson.
Bijan, running back. The Atlanta Falcons. Okay. Now, I don't know if there's a running back I'd like to continue the trend here with, but there is a receiver in Cincinnati I really like. And if this is PPR, I'm banking on his quarterback staying healthy this year. I would go with Mr. Jamar Chase, wide receiver. Now, are we continuing the snake? So do I go here?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't want to get lost in a snake here.
We go back in the snake. I probably stick at the receiver position. And I love Jackson Smith-Njigba, but I like Puka Nacua with Matthew Stafford a little more. So I go Puka Nacua at 4 with another wide receiver, which takes us to the Duke at pick number 5.
Takes me to pick number 5. Can JSN duplicate what he did last year? I'm going to go a little bit off the board. It's not way off the board, just a little bit. I'm going to go CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. All right. So another wide receiver. We're on a run of wide receivers.
That run is not going to end. I'll take Jackson Smith-Njigba.
The Emerald City route artist?
Mm-hmm.
So JSN goes 6. Okay.
And I do think it's worth noting here as Josh ready to make the pick on the turn. Like, we're not just drafting one person's team here. These are just like 1 through 12 picks. So the order that we would envision them going, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
So just because I already have a premier running back doesn't mean that all of a sudden I'm like, well, now I'm just going to take the next tight end. Like, there's not a tight end that's going to go before the list of players that's still on this list here.
Yeah.
Likely. Most likely.
So
unless you got a little bit of a nut in your league.
Well, maybe you'll love Trey McBride. Josh, you got another pick here, I believe.
Next pick, Justin Jefferson, Jay Jettas off the board. Bounce back year. I know there's a quarterback controversy over in Minnesota, but I think this is a big bounce back year for the lad.
Okay, well, that's interesting. If I'm sitting at 8, I'm taking Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Isn't it my turn?
Oh, well, I guess it's not my turn, so what doesn't matter?
Well, I think you might still get your pick because I'm going to go ahead and take Jonathan Taylor at, what are we talking, 8th overall?
Yeah, JT running back. So I am up now?
Yeah.
Just to confirm. So I go Amon-Ra, wide receiver. Then we're at pick 10. PPR league, I'm probably thinking this is pretty good value if he stays healthy. Give me Christian McCaffrey.
That's a pretty good get at that spot of the draft.
Yeah.
I would, in most leagues, I think I'd be surprised if he's still there at 10.
And if you were like, if this is how it plays out, geez, you're setting up nicely because you're at the turn here. You got a couple, picking like 4 more selections. It's looking pretty good. So, okay, I did my 2. Now that means we're back to the Duke.
It's back to me. 11th overall. I'll go a wide receiver as well. And you know what? Actually, we're into the end of the first round. Actually, yeah, I'll stick wide receiver, and I will go.
Do it, you coward.
Who?
Damn, he really got me in a jam here. I thought I had it. I thought I had it decided, and then I was like, never mind, that name's already been taken. You know,
Who did you think was available still?
Doesn't matter. I will take AJ Brown.
Oh, ooh. Okay.
Premier number 1, Drake May, quarterback.
Drake the fake, Drake the schedule. Ooh. All right.
We'll take the rushing yards leader here, James Cook off the board.
That was where I thought you were going to go.
Good spot.
Okay, so now we're into the second round here.
Boy, this is dicey.
This is where leagues are won.
Correct.
The second round.
This is true. You know what? He's the top of tier 3 here on Fantasy Pros. We'll take Drake London off the board.
Ooh, the Drake. Great if he's healthy, but well, you know, I was going to knock his quarterback, but I'm not going to do that. We're not going to get into that here. It's all positive. Nothing but love here. Okay, I'm going to take a couple.
It's my pick.
Oh, why do I keep jumping?
I
So-
really don't know.
I don't know the order here.
The snake is losing Connor. He's confused.
I'm just jotting things down here. Okay, I didn't write it down this time. So what do you got?
I'm going to take the con man's guy, Marion Hampton.
Oh, I hear the Hamptons are beautiful this time of year.
Second round running back.
That's a good pick with some high upside. Okay, I was actually going to go running backs. Not even him. PPR, give me Chase Brown. 2 Bengals in the top 16. And then my following pick, because I just think you're at this spot, you probably want a running back with some upside. He might be the only guy there. I'm going to go Devon Achane.
All right. Middle of the second round. I'm doing it.
It's happening.
Trey McBride.
Damn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would have been like you would have Jonathan Taylor and Trey McBride, I believe, is the team you'd have so far at that spot.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I would take that. Okay, so now we got Josh for 2.
Yeah. You know what? We're gonna stick with tight end because I'll take the tight end one from last year, Brock Bowers.
Okay.
Run of tight ends, perhaps.
Yeah, and then with my next pick, I'll take I'm not even gonna take another. We'll go. Oh no, maybe not. You know, we'll go with the Dukes guy on this one. Give me Nico Collins.
Nico, wide receiver. So it's back to the Duke.
I don't know if you've been, and because you kind of just alluded to it the way you've been writing it down, like what actually the 1 through 12 teams 2 picks would be. Do you know who the other pick for this spot would be? Like the first pick of the spot in the draft?
So it would be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6th pick overall or 5th pick.
You-
CD
you-
Lamb.
Okay. Then in that case,
But it doesn't matter because it's just rankings. I guess it is a mock
but
draft.
It is a mock draft for the first 2 rounds. All right. Well, if there's a receiver there, yikes. The running back. You took Chase Brown, right, Cons?
He's gone.
He gone.
All right, give me Saquon.
Okay.
Old, washed.
So you took Barkley and then someone sees that and is like, it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Give me Derrick Henry. Because he showed up to camp looking beastly as ever. And then somebody else will follow that up with saying, you guys are taking these oldies? Give me Genty.
Yeah.
I'm commentating how
it's funny. Those are the exact 3 names that I was kind of hemming and hawing here and we've talked about this in shows past when kind of discussing the tiering of running backs. Like these guys are all right there. They're in that group of, you go for the experience. None are in that grouping of Gibbs, Robinson, maybe even Taylor and Cook, right? But they're certainly very capable.
So we go back to
the Duke
for one more, and then back to Josh to wrap it up.
Okay, I will head to the receiver room. Upside, health a concern to at least start the season. Malik Neighbors.
All right. And then Josh to wrap it up at pick 24.
And this would be, pairing with Jahmyr Gibbs, eh?
Yeah.
Well, you guys are talking about experience in the running back room. Give me the reigning Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker, in that new Chiefs offense.
Speaking of the Chiefs, Mahomes got 2 years added to his contract.
His AAV now is higher than what the NFL salary cap was 25 years ago.
64 mil.
Yeah.
They keep talking like,
is that good?
He's $500 million. Like, it's a new contract, essentially. I know you're adding on to it. It's $1 billion contract. You can't just add on. But his NFL career earnings, $500 million. Plus, he owns part of the Royals. Doesn't he own some other teams too? His money is making him more money. But that is our 2-round mock draft. So we've got Gibbs, Bijan, Jamar Chase, Puka Nacua, CeeDee Lamb, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Jefferson, Jonathan Taylor, Amon St. Brown, Christian McCaffrey, A.J. Brown, James Cook. Into the second round. Drake London, Amarian Hampton, Chase Brown, Devon Achane, Trey McBride, Brock Bowers, Nico, Saquon, Derrick Henry, Genty, Neighbors, and then Kenneth Walker to wrap it up. At the top of the third round, George Pickens is around. Kenneth Walker's gone. But you would have Chris Olave, perhaps. Josh Jacobs, we'll see. T. Higgins. This is where drafts are actually won. Emeka Egbuka, Kyron, some options there. And then maybe the quarterback run gets going. Maybe someone jumps in to take a Josh Allen. But there you go. Those are our picks. Agree? Disagree? Let us know. 1440 pens. How do I get one? RBS says. I don't know. Come by the station. Sure, we could find one for you. Text line A is 1-833-401-1440. Trailer Park Ryan said half point. I like half point. I'm not a huge fan of giving a receiver a point for doing his job. Like, okay, you caught the ball. Should we start giving running backs a point for carrying the ball? Point per rush? That's just what I'm thinking. Text coming a little bit the Oilers. Chicano says, here's my take, boys. You hire a guy like Bowman. You get guys like Babcock. Oilers should have kept Knobloch, kept Stu as your number 2 for 26-27, and put their efforts and wasted money into an established number 1 like Gustafson. Hindsight being 2020, I agree with like what you're saying, Chicano. And then not even just that. I don't think there was one Sports 1440 person and a lot of the fan base that was totally on board with that trade that sent Stu out. Because how you done that? You're not worried about Tristan Jarry and his money. And he could rebound. Like, I'm saying worry. There's reason for optimism. He could find his game over the summer. It could happen. He could get healthy. I think there might have been a little injury going for him. But yeah, you would have had that money off the book. You would have had a second-round draft pick in your pocket to potentially use to make a move. It was just a trade at the time that didn't make a lot of sense. Lateral move, giving up more, and then having a contract on the books longer. Anyways, hindsight's 2020. What do we know? Kyle says, AJ in the first round. Wow. Someone's got to go get Josh Allen. Yeah, none of us went for Josh Allen in the first 2 rounds.
None of us went for any quarterbacks.
Because I've kind of said that, I don't mind grabbing one later. I won last year one of my leagues with Baker Mayfield.
And maybe that's not the 3 of us maybe all carry that similar sentiment, and as a result isn't super accurate in a reflection. But I don't know. I was just picking based on how I would normally go. I wasn't trying to play a role of that guy in your league.
Yeah.
The guy that takes a quarterback in a regular PPR league in the top 5. I think that's a little bold myself.
Would be very bold, wouldn't it? Unless this quarterback turns into a receiver sometimes.
Okay, NFL executives in Lamar Jackson's draft.
This guy can do it all. EG had texted, and Connor, how do we feel about Keaton Mitchell? I am a big fan of Keaton Mitchell with the LA Chargers, especially with Mike McDaniel. There was a video out there. Mike McDaniel made wanted posters, like Western style, of the guys he wanted in free agency. And Keaton Mitchell was one of those guys. He can absolutely fly out there. Great change of pace back with Omari and Hampton. For fantasy purposes, I don't think I would be looking for him. If Omari and Hampton were to go down, I think Kamani Vidal kind of becomes in that role, and Keaton Mitchell's probably used the exact same. But that guy's got game-breaking speed. So if he gets a little space, he can make things happen. He and Brennan Thompson, both like sub 4.3 40 guys on that offense. If they stay healthy, watch out and go get Justin Herbert in your league. And consider Oronde Gadsden as well. He had a few really big games.
Draft all the Chargers.
Well, I might stay away from the receiver room.
You're out on Ladd?
I'm unsure. No Keenan Allen this year, so the Ladd probably gets a lot more of those reps. But I think Quentin Johnston's going to get involved. I think Trey Harris has a bigger role coming. So that might be I think it might be more balanced. Maybe not a clear-cut wide receiver 1 on that team. But if you have a flex or maybe you're in a league with 3 wideouts, I think potentially then you maybe look at Ladd or one of those guys. Richard had texted in, Bowman is the new Chiarelli, and they even look similar. Do they? I know what Peter Chiarelli looks like quite well. Stan Bowman looks wise.
They both have round heads.
When he throws the glasses on, you can see it.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break here. When we come back, more text, 1-833-401-1440. We'll let you know what's coming up on the Lowdown with Lowtide and the Jason Greger Show. It is Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
With Play Alberta, backing the home team goes beyond the bets. That's because your picks have provincial impact. Play Alberta is the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. By investing in the General Revenue Fund, every play, bet, and buy made on Play Alberta helps make a difference across the province. Visit playalberta.ca/Gregor to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/Gregor. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Craving a dining experience that rises above the rest? Head to Summit Restaurant in the Silent Ice Center, just minutes from South Edmonton Common. Savor exceptional house-made pizza, delectable entrees, and expertly crafted cocktails in a stylish, modern atmosphere. Perfect for a casual meal or a special night out. Summit offers a refined experience where every bite and sip reflects our dedication to quality. Elevate your dining experience. Make Summit Restaurant your destination tonight.
I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantork. Cantork has always been a forward-thinking company, but now that we've turned 25, I can't help but take a minute to take a look back. Thank you to everyone that's been with us along the way.
Listen up, friends. Operation Pizza is a go at Papa John's. They're introducing new personal pizzas just in time to celebrate the premiere of Toy Story 5. These adventure-sized pies come in new exciting flavors like Sheriff's Roundup, Space Ranger-oni, and Reach for the Pie. Or take your personal pizza to infinity and beyond by creating your own flavor just for you. Order 2 or more with Papa Pairings and get yours for only $9.99 each. New personal pizzas are ready for takeoff. See Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5 in theaters June 19th.
Attention Alberta construction pros. For over 50 years, Japa Equipment Rentals has been your go-to for top-notch equipment and stellar service. Whether you need rentals or expert maintenance, we've got you covered. Stop by our Edmonton or Calgary locations today.
And here comes Action Electrical Service Team sprinting onto the scene. These are your first responders for any electrical emergency.
That's right. With their fleet of service vans and specialized gear, they assess, they service, and maintain electrical lighting and automation systems. They're all about rapid response.
Quick diagnostics and repairs to restore power and safety fast. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. This deal's only good till 6 o'clock tonight. We need your credit card to hold the color. Hold the color. Summer package. Winter package. And the ever-famous re-PDI fee. I gotta pay you to rebuild the car? Does this sound familiar? At Northgate, we do things differently. We offer 0% financing, a great selection of new, pre-owned vehicles. So if you'd like to do business a different way, stop in and see us today. 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Beer League Slow Pitch. It's an Alberta summer tradition.
I got shortstop. I'll take pitcher. Yeah, I'm just here for the dugout snacks.
When you're playing on the field, you need serious fuel. And there's only one MVP.
Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Load up on Alberta's best beef jerky and hit a home run with the team. It's the perfect snack for your summer sports.
Will Hawk Beef Jerky, because you can't have summer fun with salad. Only available in Leduc.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
Photographers, start your cameras. Vision Credit Union's annual photo contest is back. We're asking you to show us the people, places, and moments that made you glad you chose this rural life. Maybe it's the view from your farm, a walk down Main Street, neighbors pitching in, a weekend at the rodeo, or a sunset down a back road. Share your photo to show why life in rural Alberta is a choice worth celebrating. Enter and vote at whatsyourshare.ca.
Here's what you need to know about Lux Windows. We work hard. We come in early, we stay late, we go above and beyond, and then we go a little further. Not for awards or a pat on the back. We work hard so that choosing our windows and doors is an easy decision for you. It's the Alberta way. It's the Lux way. Everything we are is windows and doors. A company born and bred and made in Alberta.
Every coach needs a game plan. Plan your fantasy frenzy with Halley and Douglas right here on Edmonton's Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:45. Well, welcome back. It is Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, the home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Go payment visit only available in Leduc. Hey, Duke, did you know that next week you can win tickets to the Elks home opener?
I can?
Well, no.
Oh.
You're ineligible, but the listener can.
Oh. Well, good for the listeners. Bad for me.
It's a perk. All you have to do is text ELKS to 1-833-401-1440 to win tickets to the upcoming home game. That starts next week. And we'll be doing that every single home game the week of. Very simple. So whether it's June 20th when they take on the Owls or August 21st against the Bombers, that week just text in ELKS and you'll have a chance to win a pair of tickets to the Elks game. I had the mini donuts at the last game, the little one at Clark Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Top notch. The sugar tends to fall off them and go to the bottom. So I think we have to find a way to make it stick on a little bit better. Bring a little water bottle and spray it and then dip it. Or you could lick it and then dip it in the
licking stick.
The licking. Yeah, like there's ways around it. But it's going to be a fun season for the green and gold. 1-0. Now they're on their bye week. Get to relax a little bit.
I don't even know who posted it, if it was a TSN or some other. And maybe it was like a joke account. I just was past it very quickly on Instagram this morning as I was posting like the show's lineup and stuff. And there was a little graphic made, teams undefeated in the CFL after week 1. Like, what? It's 1 week. There's 3 teams that have a win and 3 teams that are winless. Oh, and then, by the way, a bunch of teams that didn't play for some reason.
It's like when they're like MOP candidates. Give us till 1 month in, maybe.
We're all guilty of, like, in this business, right? Or like after the first round of the playoffs, who's your contender for the Conn Smythe Trophy? And I did make an effort. We tried to at least hold that off until partway through the second round before we started those conversations going. But hey, that's just the nature of the beast, I guess. It's funny.
It is. It's content. And you know what? Especially for those types of accounts, even if you're bashing it, that still counts for them. So,
oh, definitely.
It works either way. 1-833-401-1440. That is the text line. Kyle, I got your text, but we got next week, starting on Monday. And we'll remind you guys again to do it for sure. Coming up next is the Lowdown with Low Tide. So you got LT, you got Declan, you got Josh Fenwick. Beg Milk will be by from the Better Late Than Never podcast, of course, with Oilers Nation as well. Very funny guy. I'm sure his thoughts on the Babcock deal will be interesting. And then also they're going to talk about the game last night. Knicks and Spurs. Outstanding. Like, you can really tell when you go on social media and mostly on X, that's where people do their live reactions. The amount of people I saw that were like, not even a basketball fan, but this was unreal. Like that comeback, 29 points. There was one point where the NBA put out a post. It was like 14-0 run by the Knicks. And at the score, they were still down by like 15. It's like, oh, they're going to need to do that again. And they did it, which is the best thing. It was unbelievable drama. Fantastic stuff. Steve from Drumheller says, I honestly think if you look back at my past text, it's not really hindsight. I could have ran this team better in McDavid's Oilers years. I feel like there's probably a few people that might look at it that way. Kyle says, when Matthews has 3 points in the season opener, he's on pace for 246 points. I mean, I've made that.
Well, remember when he
too.
had a hat trick in his first game?
Yeah. What a welcoming to the NHL, hey?
Oh. Not in your wildest dreams do you see that type of thing happening.
Do you like after you score 3, you leave the rink and you're like talking to like one of your good friends, like this league's kind of easy.
Yeah, sick league.
Is it going to be tough ever? Because that was quite easy. It's like playing a video game and you have to turn the difficulty up. Obviously, it was not that easy, but yeah, that was quite the welcome to the NHL moment for Mr. Austin Matthews. After the Lowdown Flow Tide, it will be the Jason Greger Show from 2 till 6. We got Mike Rupp joining us. I was en route to Raleigh, North Carolina yesterday. So he's going to join us today instead. David Owens from Sherbrooke Liquor will be by for Thirsty Thursday. We'll hear from Shane Willis, Hurricanes analyst, former NHLer.
Shane Willis, this morning's guest on the Kevin Carey Show.
Oh, did you guys have him? I guess I better go change that then.
Willie. Hey, he's a great guest. His son graduated today.
Oh, really? And he's doing 2 radio hits?
Guys, he's a beast. Hey, he's a Western Canadian guy, right? He loves it out here.
Oh, yeah. Terry Ryan will also be joining us. I think he's sitting in line to get a X-ray.
He'll be doing his hit from imagine you're getting an MRI, you're doing your hit from inside the machine.
Yeah.
Would it work with the waves and stuff? Would
Wow.
it, if you're trying to talk on a cell phone?
They don't let you take your phone in, do they?
No. They don't let you take anything in there.
Yeah.
Which is a real inconvenience because you get some Angry Birds played. It's not a short process.
It's true. Well, I've never had one.
And then you're also not supposed to move, or else they have to start over. Speaking from experience.
You've been there.
I fell asleep, sort of drifted off. And then I when you realize that you're not supposed to be asleep, you kind of jolt awake. I did that. And then they press the speaker button. Don't move. We have to start over. I'm going to fall asleep again.
Well, you're a sleepy boy.
For sure.
You're probably farming for 17 hours.
It was early in the morning. Yeah, it was at 6 o'clock in the morning when I went to get it done the first time.
We'll also have Dave Naylor joining us, Livingston for the Cantor Race Report spec, and more. Titan says, that NBA game, wow. Yeah, it was unbelievable. Ranger Nick says the mini donuts are so good at the Elks games, better than the ones at K-Days. Ranger Nick, I have not been to K-Days in many moons. I don't know.
Never once.
No?
Oh, I'm not from here, right? Growing up, I went to Westerner Days.
Yeah, that's fair.
In Red Deer.
We should take you out. I mean, I would go for a taco in a bag and some mini donuts and maybe walk around, but not on one of the extremely hot days.
You know what? I take that back. I worked an event at K-Days when I was doing some street teaming work down the dial for the aforementioned, now defunct TSN station. And we were there. It wasn't with TSN. It was with the Bear, I think. And it was whatever concert series they were there. And I was just sitting there getting people entered for draws and stuff, I think. So I have been inside K-Days. I did not participate in anything at K-Days.
We used to get passes. Majo and I would go down. Well, I say this, it was once. We went down and just grabbed a bunch of food and brought it back. I love the taco in a bag there. I can tell you that I've heard you got to stay away from the meat cubes if they have those.
Meat cubes?
Anytime it's called meat cube and they don't specify the meat, you got to watch out.
What? You should be staying away from any food that's in a cube format unless it's sugar. No?
Yeah, I think so. I would agree.
What is good in cube form? I suppose jelly could easily be in cube form.
I guess ice cubes.
But I would. Okay, that's all right. I see even my ice cube trays. I don't have a maker like you, right? They're actually kind of more dome shaped. They're rounded on the sides, not true squares.
What if it's a brownie or a Rice Krispie square?
Okay, yep. All right,
shape?
I'll hear these out. These are good examples.
Also,
but the meat cube.
Your question today about
a cube of ham.
Yeah, that's probably staying away from. Your question with Carius when he said Chinese food, that was the most passion I've ever heard from you. Just
what a cop out of an answer.
You can't do that.
The fifth topic in or out and 5 questions. It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to take a creative approach to it. And Kevin's just Chinese food.
What was Philly cheesesteak would have been popular?
Nobody even said that.
Oh, what about Swedish berries?
Swedish berries? No, I didn't. It's not even the first. I would think Swedish meatballs.
Swedish meatballs are good too.
Yeah.
The Swedes have some good
food.
Laddie
agreed with me on buffalo wings and Kevin went with Szechuan beef. There was a lot of great. Nanaimo bars was very popular. There was a lot of texts that came in. We kind of didn't get to them because we had Dubnik on right afterwards. But there's a lot of good texts that came in. Black Forest ham, Black Forest cake, both from the Black Forest mountains of southern Germany, I think.
Okay. You said Nanaimo? I didn't even put that together. Are they named after the city? The town?
I think that's where they originated, is it not?
I don't know. Dylan says dessert. That's the only acceptable answer for cubed foods.
Yeah, like a Nanaimo bar.
Rig,
I eat a Nanaimo bar in a cube.
the rig says stewing beef is cubed, boys.
Okay. Hey, we're learning stuff.
And quickly, did anyone say Chicago deep dish?
No.
Oh, I love Chicago deep dish pizza.
I do too.
What a world.
Detroit style pizza, also good. It's kind of like deep dish, but just a little different flavor.
But we don't like Cincinnati style.
Skyline chili.
Skyline chili.
Skyline chili.
We ain't doing that. Thank you guys for joining us on the show today. Check the podcast if you missed it. Head over to YouTube Sports 1440 AM. Up next, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide, followed by the Jason Greger Show. Then we got Blue Jays baseball. If you're listening on the AM dial, if you're streaming, it'll be Fox Sports Radio. Right now, we're going to get to a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Cattail Crossing. You do glow/night golf every second Friday with your next chance on Friday, June 19th, 35 minutes after sunset, $65 a person, includes 9 holes walking, a glow ball, and a $5 voucher to Out of Bounds. Book at cattailcrossing.ca.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Game 5 of the Stanley Cup final going tonight from Raleigh, North Carolina. The Carolina Hurricanes with a deadlock 2-2 series against the Vegas Golden Knights. Brandon Bussey expected to start yet again for Carolina between the pipes. Puck drop coming just after 6 o'clock. Off the ice, Seattle Kraken have named former Canucks general manager Patrick Allvin as the team's new vice president and assistant general manager. Pascal Vincent also brought aboard with the Kraken as an assistant coach. World Cup getting underway this afternoon. 1 o'clock kickoff between Mexico and South Africa for Mexico City. Tonight, Korea and Czechia take on each other from Guadalajara. CFL week number 2 getting underway from Winnipeg tonight with the Hamilton Tiger Cats in town. Kickoff at 6:30. And in the majors, just 8 games total today. No Blue Jays in action, but the Tigers up 1-0 on the Twins and top four Marlins 1-0 lead on the D-backs, and top 3 Cardinals up 4-3 on the Mets. Edmonton Riverhawks wrap up their series against Victoria tonight for Remax Field. First pitch just after 7 o'clock. And from the RBC Canadian Open, just outside Toronto at Osprey Valley, Sahith Theegala currently atop the leaderboard. He shot 6 under completed round on the day. High Canadian at the moment is Adam Svensson, who's tied in second at 5 under. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440.